Hello, my name is Andrew McGee, and I'm your Krav Maga instructor. This is The Cutting Edge, and I'm here with Joanna. We are actually doing a car scene. So, some people asked about what happens with carjacking and some other scenes about fighting in a vehicle. And we're going to actually explore that just a little bit, but we're going to go in more detail in different episodes. But we're going to right now talk about a few things. Now, one of the things is that first, you need to be familiar with your vehicle. So, whether it's a pullback seat or a seat that actually you can press the button. So right now she's going to actually hit the button, and you can see that this allows for the seat to fall back and drop back. So if somebody is behind you, this is something you want. This is one of the things that you will do. But I'm going to add in the most important. So when somebody, for example, if they're behind and you didn't look in the back seat, what I always tell people is you want to look in the back seat before you actually get in your vehicle. That's the first thing, so that if you see somebody in the back seat before you get in, then you don't have to worry about all this. Okay? But right now, one of the things is that somebody might try to grab you. So we're just going to do like a regular grab from here. So she's grabbing here. Now, she wants to make sure she turns the head so that, one, she doesn't get my arm across her neck. And then she's actually pulling down. So she needs to make sure that hand is always on the wrist, right in that wrist area, and pulls down. And she can pull down and shift the weight to the side. That's going to help for me being able to choke her better. So from there, she's shifting right here. Now, she wants to go ahead and take this hand and lock it on and grab her on her shirt. So what that's doing is stopping my hand from being able to pull away, so she can go ahead and change her grip. When she changes her grip, she can then pull me forward if she wants to, and use that to throw elbows right to the face, which means that my hand won't be able to stop it because it's over here. Okay, so now she can throw elbows like that. So we're going to do it again. So I grab, she pulls down, she grabs, when she comes through, she's able to throw those pops right there. Okay, now she can add in the seat like we just talked about before. So grab, boom, turn away. There you go. See how now she's pulling the seat back. So it makes it hard for me. One, I can't escape, and it makes her. Then she can go ahead and pull, and it makes it easy for her to take those shots right to the face. Now, one of the other things is that if there's a weapon involved, so if there's a knife, the blade has to be towards the person. That is why you want to make sure that when you pull, she's pulling down and shrimping to the side, so that way I can't catch her with the blade of the knife. Okay, that's also why it's important that she wraps and locks her hand here, so now I can't cut her again, and then she can go ahead and rechange, pull, and take her shots. And she can use the steering wheel, which she can drive my hand on the steering wheel to break it free, right in the knuckles, and now she can go ahead and take the knife, which means she just cut my fingers and the wrist and come back up. So remember, these are for life and death situations, so a weapon, if you can, but you have to remember, you don't know where the person's taking you or what's going on. That is your choice, but you have to think about what you're going to do. If you start to fight, you need to know that if you're going to fight, you need to fight for your life, because you can't just stop right in the middle, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do almost the same as we did before, but this time she's going to hold in place, and she's going to push that seat back, and then she's going to go ahead and release. So the knife goes here, she goes in, grabs, pulls down, boom. She makes sure that I can't see how I can't cut her, and then the same thing, dropping the seat will restrict my movements and also crush me into here. So now when she pulls forward, she has the shots to the face, and then she can go ahead and bash here and then take the weapon, which means now she can work from there. But what you're noticing is that she's actually pulling, she doesn't just pull down, she also pulls away. So see how now the knife rolled away from her? Because what she did was she pulled here and then she pulled her arms down. So that makes it easy. She's locking, like I said, into her own clothes, so then it makes it hard for me to pull away, but also she can work with grabbing the weapon, okay? Which means now she can pull forward and protect herself. So one of the things is, you notice that she's pulling down, but she knows where her legs are, so she's pulling it there, so then that way I can't stab her, okay? And she can actually help. One of the things is, you can also take and stick the hand through here if you have to, because now you've actually push the fingers right up against the steering wheel, which will put pressure on the fingers and make it easier for her to actually break free and pop there.
Break your fingers.
Yes, and break the fingers. So you notice how it's right here because she pushed it here. Now my fingers are going here and she's pushing. That means it can pop the fingers free and now easier to release for somebody who's bigger. Noticing that the other thing is, somebody's gonna be like, what if she comes from this way? It doesn't matter because it's the same pull. It's the same pull down. Now she doesn't have to do that, but she can use the seat itself to pull my shoulder. So when she pushes right here, she pushes down. It's actually putting pressure on my shoulder and my elbow because she's actually pushing down. So so when you hear, see how my arm is right here? When she pulls down, now the weight of that is pushing down, and it means that my elbow's here. So that causes pain and pressure here. So she can pop just like this. Pulling down using this part of the seat will make somebody drop. So she doesn't have to do a lot of that if I have the knife in this hand, because she just has to move out and straighten up and then pop down, which means that now she has that same lateral. She can do the same movement, and now she has the same thing going from right here. Using the seat just like you would a shoulder, when you do and we'll show you, you can pop down, and now that puts a lot of pressure and cause the release also. Here, she can still shrimp away. Boom, she can pop, pull down, grab onto her arm, so she makes sure she locks it in, pulls it, has a hold of it, and now she can go ahead and crank the seat back if she wants to, by just hitting the button. And then that means that my arm is also stretched here as she pulls forward. That's going to do what with me? Good. See how now the seat is here, so it stops me from actually getting free. And if she needs to, she can strike or get free. She also has wrist locks that she can actually do, or smashing. So she has different things she can actually do. Taking the thumb, pulling it back. Okay, pulling the finger back, all these different fingers she can pop back as she does this, because now she's put the weight of the seat on me and pulled forward. So it makes it hard for me to hit her because I'm basically hitting here, but she can go ahead and push herself forward, so it makes it harder, and she's going to duck down into seat. As you see, she's sitting into seat, so it makes it harder for me to actually punch her or hit her, because in the backrest itself is also stopping the actual striking process. You're probably wondering my legs are out this way because if they're here, have you crunched it? We wouldn't have much of a video because it's over in 5 seconds. So the point is that I make it light, but the true honesty is that you do have different things you can do in a vehicle that actually can still be done. Okay, whether the person's reaching through with the window down, other things will actually kind of engage and show and talk about that. But the most important thing is usually somebody grabbing you from behind is going to be the biggest thing that's going to happen, okay? But remember, you do have the steering wheel, you do have the seat, and the person in the back does not have a seat belt on half the time, okay? So if you do have to go somewhere, if they're sitting in the passenger seat, driving fast and then stopping quickly can also jar somebody. So there's other things that you can do, and I explained a lot of those. So with that being said, we are going to kind of put some more into another episode, but I want to say thank you. And again, my name is Andrew McGee, and I'm your instructor, and this is Joanna, okay? And this is The Cutting Edge.